Hey everyone, and welcome back to Eternal Strands. On this video, we're doing the quest, A Question of Loyalty. Consult with Sola about Zev. And she's in her normal spot.
You wanted to talk? Mm-hmm. Can you walk with me? Why all the mystery, Milady Smith? In a word, I'm worried. About? Zev. He's been acting strangely. Has been since we met the Hearthsiders at the Hold. He's going there a lot in off hours. And he honestly looks a little exhausted. Dom, of course, stays up later than us and says he's often slipping away. Have you asked Zev what's wrong? I have, and he waves it off every time. Right. What do we do about it? Zev has completely cut me off. But you know how I tease Lane for watching us all the time? Maybe that will pay off here. I hate this cloak and dagger stuff. You do? You seem pretty good at it. Talk to Lane for me. I'm sure they've seen what Zev is doing, but maybe they also have a guess at why he's acting so odd. Okay, let's go back before anyone gets nosy. And if Zev asks, blood moon cycle. Not sure if Ram blush, but he sure does. Got it.
Consult with Lane about Zev's odd behavior. And before we do that, let's talk to Sola again. I want to see those new designs that I picked up. So we have the kinetic sword and shield. It's got Weaver's Flare as the ability. We got a frostbow with Frigid Barrage. And then the Nameless Host gear has max stamina on it, which could be nice. Especially for like climbing and fighting big creatures, that could be really nice. So something to think about. Okay, let's talk to Lane.
We need to talk about Zev.
Wait, you know why I'm here?
I'm a keen observer, and you have no Pangel face. Also, Sola has many strengths, but subtlety is not one of them. Zev, however, is somewhat more adept at hiding things. He's been moving back and forth between here and the Hold quite regularly. Let me ask you something. Did you notice anything odd when you were at the Hold?
There was a moment when Zev approached the Eye to speak alone.
Ah. That confirms my suspicion, then. Have you noticed that Zev and the Eye wear a similar symbol?
I had not.
The symbol looks to be a stylized... well, I'm not sure, but I think it's something akin to a water wheel. I don't recognize it myself, but given the Eye is wearing it, the Enclave might have some record of that particular symbol.
The archives in the Spire might have something, though I'd rather just ask Zev.
Given his secrecy about this whole affair, I can't imagine he will be forthcoming.
Good point. And yet, either way, time for a little investigation. Hey, big guy. Everything okay?
Yes, mostly. I was wondering if you had a moment sometime. I might need your help.
Whatever he needs, I'm sure I can help. Tell him so.
Zev, we're all a team. Whatever you need, we'll handle it, okay? Just make sure you tell me everything.
Thank you, Bryn. I'll be at my usual place.
Okay, search for information in the Spire in Upper Denevron. But we got a lot of people to talk to first. Let's start with Lane again. She's got that codex entry that we didn't complete last time, the Eyes University. So unlike most of the Enclave, the Eyes University had fallen behind most of the rest of the Meta's institutions in prestige. The university was strapped for funding, and many of its resources were being redirected to the Guild of Enchanters. It was also being denied space in Denevron because of rowdy students. Okay, let's talk to Aurea.
So, Aurea, what do you make of the Enclave Council?
Their living history. What they've seen, what knowledge they must have preserved. All this time, they've been here, holding down the fort. It's great you've offered to help the Axle and the Spindle. Just be careful you're not going over the Eye's head.
I'll try not to step on his toes, but point out that someone should help.
Someone needs to help his people, and frankly, it doesn't seem like it's going to be him.
Try to have some understanding of all he's been through. He's led the Enclave during a crisis. The rules change. He knows more about the Surge, the Enclave, and arguably even magic. Because while we've been outcasts, he's been here, at the heart of our culture. It's something we need to respect.
I'll try.
Good. Sounds like you've got yourself entangled in a family drama.
Without realizing it, yes.
I feel for Isla. Growing up with a successful parent can be difficult, even in the best of circumstances. And I certainly had the best of circumstances with my mother. Still, it was a lot to live up to.
I'm trying to help her, however I can.
Careful. No one knows the extent of a family's affairs except those inside it. You might be stumbling into something bigger than you realize.
Okay, then we have the quest, A Burning Curiosity.
Hey, you all right?
Yes. There's something I should have told you, so I'll just come out and say it. I was born in the Enclave.
How is that possible?
Oh, luck or tragedy, depending on your perspective. Before I was born, my mother and father lived here happily for several years. But they decided it would be better if my mother raised me with my grandmother and great aunts for the first few months of my life. So she left with me when I was just a hatchling, with every intention to return.
But the surge happened.
The life I should have had was lost for good. Because of all this, I never knew my father. I don't even know his name.
Oberon tend to have close-knit families. Ask about her mother's decision to leave.
Is it common for Oberon hatchlings to be raised apart from their fathers?
No, but it is common for extended family to be involved in the raising of children. As you know, I come from a long line of weavers, many of whom traveled in caravans their entire lives. It was apparently quite a shock when my mother fell for a Hearthsider.
So your parents were looking for a compromise when it came to raising you?
Exactly. And I wouldn't trade my childhood on the road. My great-aunts and my grandmother made me who I am, after all.
Still, you missed out on your father. It's natural to wonder about him.
I suppose.
It's odd Aurea wasn't told her father's name. Dig deeper.
Isn't it a little strange your mother never told you his name?
She was separated from him so suddenly. She had no chance to say goodbye. My mother is a strong woman, but whenever I asked about him as a child, she could only manage a few words before her face would crumble. She found it too painful to discuss, and I never wanted to pry.
But now?
I can't help but wish I knew who he was.
The Enclave always been significant to Aurea. Wonder if it's because of her family.
Does your family have something to do with your attachment to the Enclave?
Being here has meant a lot in some ways, and in others, it's very different from what I expected. Meeting the Hearthsiders was a lifelong dream. But the circumstances of our encounter? Not what I'd envisioned.
Knowing now that this is your birthplace, I can see why that would be disheartening.
This was meant to be my home, after all.
This news is a lot to take in. Ask why she didn't tell me sooner.
This is definitely a twist. I feel like you could have told me sooner.
I am sorry for that. You need to be able to trust me.
So why hide it?
Talking about difficult and private matters is not my strong suit. And frankly, I rarely see the point in dwelling on the past.
I guess you and your mother have that in common.
You might be right.
I imagine she must be curious about her father's identity. Offer to help.
So, we're going to find out who your father was.
You would help me?
Of course. Maybe Lane would have some ideas on where to start.
Actually, I had an idea myself. The spindle mentioned a statue of my mother. It's clear the Enclave commemorated their champions. I can't shake this feeling my father is among them.
You think there's a statue of your father?
I know it sounds strange, but the handful of times that my mother spoke of him, she described him as this great hero. Since she was one herself, is it so crazy to think she might have meant that literally?
Maybe not. I can scope out the statues in Upper Denevron for a resemblance, if that's what you want.
Good. And thank you.
Okay, and Oreo wants to talk again.
Aurea, I'm curious. Why the sudden interest in finding out more about your father?
He was trapped in the Enclave my entire life. This is the first chance I actually have to find out who he was.
Right. But I guess what I mean is, you really never tried to find out more from your mother.
I always had this sense that it wasn't something she could discuss. There was a heaviness in the air when his name came up. She was in love with him. And then she lost him in this cataclysmic event that no one could have predicted.
That must have been unimaginably painful.
Yes. She wasn't a tragic figure, though. She carried it well. You'd never know she was in pain. And truthfully, I had such a good life with my mother and my grandmother. It wasn't like I felt he was missing.
Until now.
Until we arrived here, yes. Something about this place just makes it clear how much I've lost because of the surge.
Being here makes me wonder. If the surge hadn't happened, would I have been forced to leave home to become a weaver?
Most certainly not. You would have been a valued member of society, not an outcast. Did you have a good relationship with your mother?
I love her, but explain that we didn't see eye to eye often.
I love her, but we clashed a lot. She's afraid of magic, and weavers, and adventure, and leaving Calnhaven.
Basically, all the things even an Ash Peak Drake couldn't keep you from, let alone your own mother.
Pretty much.
My mother and I had our ups and downs throughout my life, too. As daughters get older, we understand our mothers better.
Any chance our mothers understand us better with age, too?
She'll come around to the weaving, if that's what you're worried about. She loves you, after all.
She does. I know that much.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Dom next. Oh, actually, hold on. Lane wants to talk.
You won't find Aurea's father running amid statues, you know.
What do you mean?
You know what's most likely to get in the way of tracking down one's lineage? Family. A scholar wants to trace a family line to find connections between key historical figures? No problem. A living relative wants to find their great-grandfather using some oh-so-precious family heirloom? What a headache.
Why?
A scholar is objective. They have no emotional attachment to the family line, no sense of self wrapped up in the results of their study.
And you're saying Aurea does?
I'm saying she needs to expand her search beyond Weaver heroes. She's not searching for family there, she's seeking identity. And without objectivity, her search will turn up nothing.
That makes a lot of sense. Wonder if it could cause issues in Oria's search.
Aurea did jump into this with preconceived ideas about who her father is. I can see how that might cause problems.
It most certainly will if she doesn't come around to the idea that her father may not live up to her expectations.
I'll keep that in mind.
Food for thought, at least.
Okay, now we'll talk to Dom. And he has a quest, Harvest Season.
Oh, good. I caught you both.
We are thoroughly caught, love.
I can't stop thinking about the Tarmakind helm we forged, Bryn. I'd written off my early training as a lost cause, but you've sparked my hope.
We'll search high and low, Sola.
To think of it. Traveling the world, sharing knowledge of a lost style of armorcraft.
Yes. I suppose. Oh, I just need to tend to the forge before it cools. Excuse me.
Always so diligent about her forge.
There was something else going on there. Clue Dom into it.
I don't think that was about her forge, Dom.
Oh?
I'm not sure what, but something's bothering her. Just a word to the wise.
Bryn, you are a very good friend. And I know exactly what will lift her spirits. This may prove to be a bit of a challenge, but it's one I know you can handle. I need you to do some harvesting. Pushing your magic into the pattern of a great foe so that you can tear a strand of its power free. Oh, not that you haven't done this before.
It's the only way to grow as a point.
Indeed. And so we turn our collective sights upon an Ash-Peak drake. You've already downed one of these great beasts, but a harvested strand will be our chance to strengthen your abilities.
Our?
Like all things our band tackles, it's a team effort. Whenever you pull a strand from a foe, I take that captured magic and weave it into your mantle. As a bonus, there are byproducts that I can use to make Solar a small gift.
Win-win. I get magical powers, you get husband points.
We know they've been flying in the skies above Dredger's Mire. It's just a matter of tracking one down and doing what you do best.
My first drake harvest.
Okay, so we got that quest, and let's talk to
Seriously
Eric.
telling me Carnhaven is now completely independent from Sansa. Bryn's parents fought in the war. Wow. I guess it makes sense that our history books are a little out of date, but I never imagined so much could change since the Surge.
From what we've gathered, quite a lot has happened inside the Vale as well, has it not?
Yes, that's true, but I don't know how to describe it. The Archon's malfunctioning, the Surgeborn appearing, the retreat to Cassidon's Hold. They're all phases of this one crisis. So even when catastrophe strikes, life here still feels stagnant.
Alright, before we talk to Eric, let's talk to Solo again.
You seemed a little discouraged earlier when we were talking to Dom.
I was. I know he means well, but sometimes Dom's enthusiasm can be a bit much.
He seemed supportive.
Oh, he is, but let's just say sometimes he latches onto an idea without considering alternatives. It's fine. You're sweet to ask.
Okay, now we'll talk to Eric.
Something's been bothering me about the loom gates.
You're going to ask how I got to your camp without connecting you to Cassidon's.
Yes. I've been reconnecting all the gates as I discover them.
We developed a way to move through the gates without a permanent connection. When Asylum activated, it severed every loom gate, cut off the Surgeborn, which gave us a huge edge. But the scouts needed to move around without opening paths for them. So, the High Enchanter did their thing.
Is that why the hold's still cut off from the other gates?
It took a lot to convince the Council to even allow a connection here.
Making yourself at home?
Yes. I've always wanted my own ruined fountain. I don't want to presume, but being here is a nice break from all the politics.
And the eye is okay with that?
I convinced him I would be keeping an eye on you. Frankly, I think he's just glad to be rid of me. I ask the kind of questions that make him uncomfortable. You know, tough ones like, how? And why exactly?
Lucky for you, Aria loves when people ask those questions. Welcome to the camp, Eric. We're glad to have you, and your insight on the Hearthsiders.
You still call us that?
Yeah, but it's more bitter these days. Surge and all. Maybe together we can fix that.
Let's.
Eric, you don't think you could have mentioned that the Spindle is the Eye's daughter?
That's her business to share.
Yes, but it would have been nice to know I was helping his daughter rebel against him.
Instead of helping his unrelated colleague undermine him.
Wow. Mean. But fair.
Your intervention definitely had an impact, though. A number of enchanters immediately started pushing for more. More expeditions, more studies of the Surgeborn, you name it. That's the kind of pressure the Eye was hoping to avoid. But I think him blowing up was a misstep. If I had to guess, that Axel started the rumors.
Do you think that's what Isla wanted?
No. She just wants to keep her head down and not have people focus on the I-father thing. And frankly, I get it. If Khan Stanild were my dad, I'd take it to the grave.
Okay. But if I'm walking into any more deadfalls, a heads up would be nice.
I promise. Unless it's someone's private business. My teams have started to deploy with the recovered gear from the Institute. Like a pebble starting a rock slide. Each team's able to clear more, recover more, and with that gear, we send more teams. Only downside is that the Eye's got us on a priority hunt for some really esoteric resources. True to form, he won't tell us why. Just, you'll be informed of the purpose when the time is correct, Eric.
The Eye must have some purpose. Ask Eric to share if he learns anything.
There must be some reason behind this kind of hunt. Maybe a pattern will emerge in what he's sending you to get. I'm sure Dharm would be happy to help. Or Casbin if you need help sourcing the requests.
Great idea. I'll talk to them. Regardless, we'll do the best we can. And thanks to you, we've got a fighting chance now.
When we first met at the harness, you were very brusque. All of you, and so on. How come?
Snap decision. I was there to warn you, and suddenly my earpiece activated. Someone was watching me on the scry.
You think it was the Eye?
I do. He'd made some comments about previous off-the-books expeditions I'd done. Such as the one where I slipped your band a warning about the flood. So, I kept up the front as best I could.
Do you need to sneak around him a lot?
To get things done, I often have to cut through all the rules and limitations. For example, your help is making things happen. The Eye's planning something, but no one's telling me what. I'm not sure the Spindle or the Axle even know. I'd guess we're all going to be handed orders and expected to deliver on a moment's notice. The Eye always claims he's protecting the people by sharing on a need-to-know basis. What do you make of it?
I'm not one for secrets. Tell him I try to be transparent.
Everyone works better when we're aware of the challenges ahead. I couldn't do what I do if Dharm refused to tell me how my mantle works, for instance.
No limits then? Just share everything we know.
Not limitless, no. Point out that erring on the side of openness is ideal.
Sharing everything means there's no consideration given. It's just a stream of too much information. I think you can be considered in what you say. Still, erring on the side of giving people more information and trust lets them be their best.
Wins. Why aren't you the Eye? You do a better job with that attitude. You've given me a lot to think about. I should get back to looking over these reports, though.
Okay, then we have the quest, Infestation.
How are you settling in, Eric? Things going well?
Good. Yeah, they're fine.
Just good?
No, not really. Something's going on at the hold, and it's making the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. The Eye publicly scorched you for opening up Asylum. And yet I've heard him telling the Spindle that this could be a good thing. Meanwhile, the runners are stretched paper thin keeping supplies moving. Which, of course, leaves my people no time to deal with actual threats.
Sounds like you could use some help. What's the problem?
Really? Dancing winds, where to start? No, wait, I know. The Spitfires. A particularly aggressive group seems set on spreading through Denevron. In particular, they're building nests in some areas I was hoping to use as training grounds, but we had to pull out due to the risk.
Would the areas be safe if I took care of the nests?
Yes, though the nests are very durable. They will turn brittle if you get them cold enough.
Consider it done. Anything else?
Maybe an odd request. Could you ask Oria if I could power the scry while you're tackling them?
Why not ask her yourself?
I feel like I have a lot to learn from Oria and how she works with you. And it's strangely intimidating to admit that to her directly.
She is a force of nature. I get it. I'll ask.
Okay, let's talk to Oria again.
Hi, Oria. I am here on behalf of Arakim.
That's weirdly formal. Everything all right?
He finds you intimidating. Personally, I don't see it, but I thought I'd be extra polite for his sake.
He does. Good. What does he want?
He's wondering if he could power the scry while I run an errand for him. He's hoping you'll give him tips.
Happily. But feel free to tell him I was a bit scary, to keep him on his toes.
Ooh, we get to mess with him a little bit. Oh, he wants to talk again.
Thanks again for offering to talk to Oria for me. It's genuinely exciting to learn from someone new for once. Our community's pretty insular.
Good news.
I would guess he loves a challenge. Play up scary Oria.
It was tough going, but I managed to convince Madame Silverbeak to take you under her wing.
Madame Silverbeak. Wins. I'll wear my good socks. I've coordinated lots of operations from Cassidon's Hold, but I never had much formal training. More self-taught. A chance to learn from someone with decades of experience is an incredible opportunity. I'll be there with you then, when you get close to the nests. They're in the Bastion's Yard and Envoy's Landing in Upper Denevron.
Okay. Now, we'll talk to Casman.
The Hearthsiders look more traumatized than a beast of burden after a hurricane.
What? Why would you say that?
I would think someone who grew up in the wake of war would recognize the signs. Disorganized and unable to triage their own problems. They're overwhelmed. Suspicious of us despite our clear good intentions, suggesting paranoia. And while their leader is in deep denial of the very real crisis the Enclave is in, the others accept it. They've been stewing in turmoil for so long, it's become their new normal. And it's probably more comfortable for them than the prospect of change.
You're right. They do remind me of some veterans back in Carnhaven.
Saw it 1,000 times over while working in Udea. Oria may not want to hear it, but these people are completely lost in their crisis.
I spoke to Oria earlier. She certainly does want to give the Eye the benefit of the doubt. I'm not so sure it's warranted.
Oria has a case of hero worship when it comes to the Enclave. She can be blinded by it sometimes.
Huh.
It's not to say great things didn't happen here. But at the end of the day, the Hearthsiders aren't gods. They're fallible. Just like us.
Okay, and she has a quest, Drowning.
Bryn, I'm glad you're here. I need to talk to you.
What's going on? You look pretty tired.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just... about those 90 Drake scales. I know Oria said we don't need them, but she just doesn't understand. It's dangerous out here, you know? Especially now that these Surgeborn are loose. We need to be prepared for anything. It's just gnawing in the back of my head. Do you think you could do it?
She still hasn't said what the Drake scales are for. Ask again.
You haven't told me why we need them. Or better yet, why we need 90.
We want the best gear and weapons, don't we?
So Sola asked for these?
Not exactly. They have other uses too.
She ignored what I said about her looking tired. Wonder if she slept recently.
Seriously, when's the last time you slept?
Kashar don't need as much sleep as Ashar or Casil.
But you need some sleep.
It's been a while, maybe 10 days, or a week. I'm fine.
I'm guessing Oria doesn't know about this request. Ask why she needs to go behind her back.
I'm guessing Aurea doesn't know you want me to go Drake hunting. Do you really think it's a good idea for us to go behind her back?
It looks bad, but she just doesn't see what I'm seeing.
To be honest, I'm not sure I see it either.
Please, just trust me.
I want to help, but Fire Drake scales aren't the answer. Tell her this isn't making sense.
Kaz, you need to tell me what's really going on here. I want to help, but the Drake scales? The Weaver Band is okay. More than okay. We're in the best shape we've been in since we entered the Enclave, now that we've made contact with the Heartsiders. Besides, the caravan is looking pretty full. It's not making sense.
You think I'm insane?
No, of course not.
Era's breath. I shouldn't have brought this up. Ugh. But you just don't understand. Everyone could die if I don't... It would be my fault.
Whatever this is, please just tell me what's going on.
No. I shouldn't have burdened you. Sorry, just go.
But Kaz...
I can't talk about this anymore.
Casmin is not okay. And I don't think bringing her more stuff is the answer. I'd better talk to Aurea.
Let's try talking to her one more time.
Kaz, you know you can talk to us about what's going on, right?
Nothing's going on. I'm fine, I promise.
You don't seem fine, though.
It's just, no one seems to understand how important the Ashpeak Drake skills are, and bad things are going to happen if we don't... You know what? I just can't talk about this right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, maybe Aurea can help.
Hey, Aurea. About Casmin.
I know. I'm worried too. So is the rest of the band. Let's talk at the archive, privately. I'll join you and Lane in a moment.
All right.
Okay, it looks like we're wrapping in Lane.
It's safe to say Casmin hasn't been acting like herself. She's always been tightly wound, but this is something else.
Bryn, she seems more open with you than most. Can you describe in detail what's abnormal about her behavior?
She's begging me for more supplies, even though the caravan is chock full.
Not that we could tell, because she's covered it up.
More than that, she just seems distressed. She's always talking about worst-case scenarios, and lately it's like she's convinced we're all going to die.
I have heard rumors of abnormal behavior developing in Kashar that could be linked to this.
What kind of rumors?
In polytheistic beliefs that are pervasive in the southern part of the Maida, there is an affliction known as Ira's Plague. The sufferer is haunted by twisted visions of death and pain. The goddess of justice, Ira, won't allow the sufferer inner peace until they repent through scrupulosity.
Scrupulosity? Ask Lane for a definition.
Scrupulosity? What is that exactly?
Oh, my apologies. I forget most people don't follow UD in eschatological study. Scrupulosity can be best described as a series of repetitive acts that one is compelled to do. For example, if Casmin is plagued by relentless images of our band dying from exposure...
She might send our point out over and over again to retrieve supplies.
Yes, in order to dispel the horrific visions.
Lane is pretty logical. Ask if they're suggesting Casman is cursed.
Are you seriously suggesting Casman is... what? Possessed?
Of course not. I'm confident that this is merely a stigmatized phenomenon that could not be explained through facts or science. So the populace explained it through religious folly instead.
Any ideas what facts could explain it?
Not yet.
I didn't know Casman was religious. Wonder if that's why she's hiding things from us.
I didn't realize Casman was spiritual. Is she really trying to hide these visions from us?
Though not devout herself, Casmin grew up with a strict Ashar mother.
You're right, she did.
It's possible Casmin's affliction was a point of shame or contention between them. Perhaps she fears rejection if she shares her experience with us.
Lane mentioned rumors about Kashar earlier. Ask them to elaborate.
Kashar. What does Era's plague have to do with them?
While most see Kashar as a celebrated merging of the two cultures, some fringe sects disagree. They believe the wider lineage simply leads to more ancestral sin that must be atoned, and thus only Kashar can be afflicted.
Really? Where do you land?
The concept of impure lineage is clearly hogwash, but I suspect the affliction could somehow correlate to the Kashar's unique physiology.
Affliction or not, we need to help Kaz. Move on to the next steps.
All right. Casman is suffering. We need to do something about it.
And preemptively? No exorcisms?
As I said, this is likely nothing more than a condition that has been stigmatized by religion. A scientific explanation must exist, and thankfully, we are in the heart of progressive thinking.
You think the Enclave could have done research on this?
Makes sense. Where should I start looking?
The steps in the upper city is where I'd start. Between the main building of the spire and the atrium used to stand a school for alchemists. From your explorations, the surge hit that area pretty hard, but some of the building may still be standing.
Great. What am I looking for?
Maybe the name of someone who suffered like Casmin, or a healer who treated the condition. If you find someone like that, you'll want to search the areas of the city where they spent time. Ira's plague is wildly misunderstood across the Maida. If we could find a treatment, it could help more than Casmin.
You're right. I'll start with the steps, then expand my search.
Okay. So, let's see. Does anybody else want to talk before we leave? Nope. So, we're going to search for information in the spire in Upper Denevra. To the spire.
Aurea thinks her father could have a statue in the Enclave just like her mother. So, I'm looking for a male Oberon that fits our timeline.
Okay, we're on the lookout for statues. There's one here, clearly not an Oberon, but let's check it out regardless.
Aurea's father is unlikely to be a Casil woman. Besides, when it comes to nurturing parental figures, Ramanos's shrewd eye for politics isn't what comes to mind.
Alright, well, we may as well showcase our new ability, Winter's Gauntlet. Let's summon an Ember Servant first, though. We got our servant. Let's go Winter's Gauntlet. So you get sheathed in armor, and then once it breaks, it spews out, or you can detonate it yourself. It's kind of interesting. So let's activate it. Oh, that's not the one. Alright, let's get the right spell this time. There we go. And then you can melee like this, and you're basically invulnerable until they break your ice, but you can see how effective it is at just preventing him from doing things. But it doesn't hit particularly hard. But it doesn't need to. But you run very, very slow. Alright, well they weren't able to break me out of the armor, so I guess we'll keep going with it. Well, nobody seems to be capable of breaking me out of this. Alright, I'll break myself out. Wait. Weird, I forget how to break out of it, apparently. Well, whatever, I'll just go and smack this. And this should break me out. There we go.
As impressive as Auria's lineage may be, we're 200 years off the timeline for Arden to be her father. Not to mention the lack of feathers.
Alright, we've got 2 arcs. Catch. I thought he was gonna get to me. We stopped him short. I don't know where my Ember buddy is. Oh, he's just hanging out. Alright, I'm gonna steal this guy's shield. Smack him with it. And take this. And take this. And hi.
My old nemesis. Paperwork. Mom would be so proud.
I don't know why Ember Buddy's being so lazy. Ember Buddy, wake up. Ugh. Ember Buddy, you're no help. He's standing there. What's he doing? Oh, I thought that destroyed him. Apparently not. Oh, wrong weapon. There we go. Ember Buddy, I'm gonna summon a new one. He's doing nothing. I'll wait till I get in the next fight. Alright, new Ember Buddy. Actually do something. Is he fighting? Yeah, there we go. Ooh, it's toasty in there. No, even though he's a stronger Ember Buddy, he still got wrecked. Alright. See if we can find a tonic. Tonic would be nice. Guess not. In here.
Registries. Ah! How are things, Lane?
Sev isn't here for the moment. You're clear.
I'll be quick. The symbol is registered to imports brought in by the Norian Order. Also, I have the location of a worksite in the Institute.
Good to check it out then. If they were working in the secret areas of the Enclave, they must have had political pull and trust.
Okay, so we need to search for fragments related to the Norian Order in the Institute, and there's 4 of them. So, before we head to the Institute, we've got stuff to do here in Upper Denevron. Actually, I don't know why I'm fighting him. I could have avoided this completely, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we gotta make our way down. The heck was that? Weird. Guess our fires started something. Alright, ooh, we got Surgeborn. I Fancy chest. Alright, bring in an Ember Buddy. Oh, I didn't even see the other search point. There he is. Oh, he's having a bad time. Alright, one down. Where'd the other one go? Oh, well. Ember Buddy's making friends. Oh, I couldn't get there in time. Where do you think you're going? Where's that other arc? There he is. I think I lost Ember Buddy. Bring in a new one. I want to be careful. I don't actually want to fight that. I've got no need to. Missing a little bit of health, but not too bad. Might be able to get a tonic around here. Maybe. Nope. Okay, so let's check the statues, see if we can find one of Oria's dad. Tonic!
Huh. This statue does depict an Oberon, but it's impossible to tell who it is.
Maybe there's another statue that isn't damaged.
I'll keep looking around the city.
Alright, no luck there. Now let's check out this island. We've got Spitfires over there again. I wonder if I can grab that. Nope, too far. Well, let's shoot at them. I'm not the best at hitting them at range, but see how this goes. Especially when they're moving like that. Good luck. Die? I think so. I don't know where the other one went. Let's try to get over there though if it's not paying attention. Never mind. Ah, it's out of range. Alright, got it. No problem. I made an interesting ice shape there. Alright, remember, don't make it all the way across or it'll break. That should be good.
Not much of this building left, but looks like it's my lucky day. This tome's titled Disordered Thinking and Mental Anguish. Looks thick. An insert says, a herbalist in the market found success treating a variety of patients suffering from these types of afflictions. Better search the market next.
Alright, that arc was coming. We're getting around it. Here. I don't want him to spot me because I really don't want to fight him. There's no need. Alright, good. Okay, this way. Sneak in behind him. Actually, not that way. We'll have arcs attack us. This way. So, we're heading towards the Spitfire hives that need to be cleared out. And I think the fastest way to get there would be up these stairs. Do have an arc in the way, though. 2 arcs. Oh. I didn't realize I was an archer. Well, we'll bring him over. Throw him in the fire. Throw him in the fire too. You go in. Well, I guess that works. A fancy chest. Okay, this way. Oh, Surgeborn.
You're getting close now. Watch for the flames. You need to freeze the hives. They're spongy and resistant to damage unless you can make them brittle.
That's more like it. Work with the scry.
All right, these evil hives. Here's one. Ice him up. Alright, I think I just made it brittle. Take this out quick. Stupid arc. Okay, good. He's gonna fight him. I think I could hit this with my melee. Yep. Alright, no problem. Alright, now there's another one above. Oh, I thought I froze him up. Alright, less brittle to me. Got it. Healing up. Oh, I thought I trapped. Sorry, buddy. Poor Ember buddy. I'm a mean master. I don't know if that other Spitfire died or where he went. He seems to be gone. Maybe the ice got him. Oh wait, I just heard him fire. There he is. He was hiding. Eat rocks. Never mind. All right, that actually went really smooth. And we can get a bunch of material up there. Okay, let's get to the Loom Gate and we'll head to the Institute. Ooh, 2 Captain Sword guys, rude. Catch. More explosives. Burn. Nice. Alright, there's our Loom Gate. And no more enemies. Okay, Institute. And we want to go to the Eastern Circuit of Musing.
I suppose if anywhere were going to be too full of magic, it would be this place.
A lot of the records were lost, but we know the real innovation happened down here.
And the Enclave's innovations took a lot of magic. Right.
Alright, we've got miasma all over. So, here's one of the fragments we need.
Tarzan mercantile markings on this crate. Sev's from Tarza.
Alright, now there is an Ash Peak Drake. We want to be somewhat strategic as to when we fight it. Although he is coming this way. Well, I guess we're doing this. I guess we're doing this. So we want to get the wing damaged. Oh, well, that's a bad start. Oh, just got smashed down. Alright, we want the wing damaged. Beating it up good. Wings damaged. Oh, hold on. Doing fire potion. We're going to sword. It's easier to hit the horns with that. Can't see very well. Oh, wrong spot. I'm in there somewhere. There we go. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Oh, look out. Oh, that hit me? Oh, how that got me? Okay. Oh, whoa. The heck? I don't know what just happened. What the world? Alright, we should be okay, but it really isn't healed now. I don't know how I got flung like that. Let's see if we can find a tonic around. Maybe right there. Oh, fireball. Come on, give me a tonic. There we go. Ah, jeez. It's going terribly. Alright, whatever. Just get the horn. Get some stamina. Wait. Alright, let's bring it down. Oh boy. I can't get it down. There we go, that should be enough. Perfect. Alright, get that horn. Oh! Alright, it's being incredibly stubborn. Alright, brought him back down. Trying to get to the head. Alright, cling on. Alright, that horn. Alright, we got it. Now we just need to go airborne. We're in position. Alright, harvest it. Come on. Come on. Ah, seriously? Alright, well, we just gotta wait again. Hopefully it'll go airborne again. There we go. And harvest.
Spectacular. Oh, that's exactly the scrap we need.
Alright, well, that was a little rough. Did not exactly go as planned. But we got the job done. Okay, so let me get my bearings. We got a valve collection
Some
here.
kind of liquid flow control valves. Complicated.
See if we can't find some tonics, that'd be really nice. Oh, hello, Surgeborn. Let's bring in a buddy. Oh, we got an invisible one. Burn! I can see a potion. 2 potions. Beautiful. That's what we want. Alright, Well, no room. What is that? Doesn't matter. We're picking it up. Thought there was one of the things here. Maybe I'm confused. I thought it was around here. All right, well, we've got 2 fragments. Let's see. Oh, we didn't get this one over here.
The seal on this paperwork looks exactly like the water wheel symbol Seb and the Eye both wear. Definitely the right place.
Okay, and then there's one up here. Oh, this is nasty as a hive. Bring in Ember Buddy. Move him over there. Use this. All the explosives we can get. Freeze that up. Oh boy. It's a little nasty. Let's see. Let's throw Ice Mine. I think Ember Buddy's probably defeated. No, he's still kicking. Wow, Ember Buddy, impressive. I don't think it's gonna last much longer though. All right, do that burning. Let's do some damage to the hive. Wow, he's still fighting. Holy crap. This thing won't break. There we go. Oh, okay. Everybody, join me. I'm just gonna range him down because I don't want to go on that fire. There we go. All right, we're pretty much recovered now. Emerald Lucin. I may as well pick this stuff up. Put that and that. And I don't know if we want to bother with that one. Nah. Let's just grab this last fragment. Detailed formula.
A recipe for sealant. Waterproof joints for piping and such, it looks like.
Okay, compile research on the Norian Order with Lane. We'll just go ahead and use our Loom Shard. Hello, Lane. So we have Norian Order. The Norian Order is a secret organization with representatives allegedly embedded in positions of power across the Meta. The Order's origins started in Taza as a sort of trade union for engineers. Their expertise in water movement and storage afforded them great favor and power with the monarchy, and then they were allegedly absorbed into the kingdom's civil apparatus. It appears that they continued to exist and thrive, though. It turns out that they were responsible for much of the engineering behind the tapestry and had access to the Enclave's research projects. Many trade organizations share and preserve trade secrets, as well as moderate prices, and they likely had a lot of influence in the Enclave. A Norian is a type of water wheel that lifts water buckets up to a higher channel. Thus, it is water lifting itself up through its own power as the symbol they're using.
So, Norians.
I've been digging. The Tarzan trading company that shipped the crates you found was the lead I needed. The Norians were experts in water storage and conveyance, and active before the Surge, but disappeared shortly thereafter. Or rather, they wanted to disappear and subsumed their identities into a series of careful fronts, cover names, and the like. Thankfully, the trade record you found led to a whole web of associations, many of whom have had dealings with my family.
The Norian Order has a long history. Ask about their early years.
What did you find out about the Norians before the Surge?
They seemed a somewhat innocuous guild of specialists, traded under different names even then, making them a bit hard to track. But as far as I could tell, they mostly dealt in water.
Dealt, meaning what in this context?
Aqueducts, reservoirs, wells, you name it. If it stored, gathered, extracted, or moved water, they were involved.
That explains the complicated valve I found underground.
Absolutely. They had specialized knowledge, which I assume is why the Enclave contracted them. Gas, such as raw magic, is a fluid after all.
Sev is from Taza. Dig into the Norian relationship to the kingdoms.
How is the Norian Order related to Taza?
As I'm sure you know, Taza is an amalgam of numerous desert kingdoms. Before the Surge, Taza had grown reliant on the same weather control enchantments that were used in Judea. After the Surge, both nations suffered greatly. Taza in particular was struck with savage droughts.
Meaning folks, like the Norians, who specialize in water, had essential skills and knowledge.
I expect they were critical in keeping Taza's many cities alive at all, a position that would afford them considerable influence.
It's strange an order would be so public then disappear. Ask if Lane knows the reason.
Do you have any idea why they decided to hide?
Purely conjecture, but let's look at the evidence. We know from Sev's ring that the Norians are still around today.
It could be a trinket, or hand-me-down. But you're right that his behavior with the eye suggests they're associated.
Exactly. Now consider the Order's secretive nature. Combined, I would speculate that the Norians used the Surge as leverage to become a power behind the thrones. Take a nation that used magic to keep the water flowing, face it with disaster and drought. What kind of deals might a group of desperate rulers be willing to make, do you think?
But monarchs wouldn't want anything that undercuts their authority or power to slip out to the populace.
As I said, pure conjecture, but if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck...
I need to know how Lane was able to reference their family business from here. Ask.
How did you get logs of your own family's accounts, anyway?
I stole them.
Really?
Oh yes, detailed transactions from private ledgers. No one quite sure if you made copies or where they're hidden if you did. Better than bodyguards when it comes to ensuring one's safety. I did not leave my family under the best auspicious.
I feel like I know enough about the Norians. Move on.
Knowing what we know now, what do we do about Sev?
I believe we can say for sure that he and the Eye are somehow related through this Norian organization. From Sev's visits to the Hold, I imagine they're working together on something, but I'm not sure exactly what else to do with that information.
Sev did ask if I could help him with something.
Perhaps a way into his circle of trust?
Agreed.
If I may offer a suggestion, rather than confronting him directly afterwards, talk to Sola. She's very good with people in general, and Sev in particular.
Thanks for your help, Lane.
It's no trouble at all. This is what I do, and I rather enjoy it.
Okay, now we need to complete a need of assistance in the hopes of earning Sev's trust. So we'll do that in a bit. Let's first talk to Dom, because we got that essence, that strand for him. So we're gonna get the Drake's Breath level 2.
You got everything you needed from the strand, Tom?
Absolutely, all part of the preparation. What I needed was just a byproduct. Nothing to prevent us weaving that strand into your mantle. Now, when you have the time, if you would do me the honor and please be the bearer of my surprise for her.
She is 10 steps or so away. It'll be rough, but I can handle it.
Okay. Hello, Sola.
Hi. Something you need?
This isn't just a gift, it's a gift from Dom. Offer the gift with some ceremony.
No, Sola. The question is there something you need? And the answer is a most majestic gift from a renowned artificer.
Well said, Bryn. Such energy.
It's beautiful. When did you have time to make a planishing hammer of all things?
Oh, I wouldn't know where to begin, love. But I did see you eyeing one several moons ago when we passed through Udea. I bought it quietly, and have been hoping to enchant it for some time. Our point was happy to oblige me with the materials needed.
That's really thoughtful. What kind of enchantment?
It applies a small spike of heat with each strike to smooth out the process, as it were. I've even wondered if something like cinder linen could catalyze higher heats, so each hammer in your collection could spike to exacting levels. The possibilities are endless. And lightweight. Keep your smithy even more portable.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's lovely, but I don't know if we'll need a whole set of them. It must be challenging to make.
If it makes life on the road easier for you, it's worth the effort.
Well, maybe. We don't need to be on the road all the time.
But that's a weaver's life.
Not in the Enclave. Look, it's an absolutely lovely hammer, and I cannot wait to try it out. Bryn, look forward to the smoothest armor.
Yes, well, very good. I have some things I should sort out.
Harvest season is complete. Okay. Let's talk to Sev now. Talk first.
You know, I've been curious about something.
Oh, I know this one. A soft cloth and some ergon seed oil.
I'm sorry, what?
You... weren't asking about tusk care? Everyone eventually asks.
Spirits, no. But that's intriguing. I was wondering about that symbol you wear. With the wheel?
Oh, that... That's just... a family heirloom. Of sorts. Thought it looked nice, is all.
Just thought it looked nice.
I'm so sorry, Bryn. Just remembered, I have to move some things for Aurea. Maybe another time.
Ooh, smooth getaway there, Seb. Okay, the quest, in need of assistance.
You said you needed some help, Sev? What's up?
Have I ever told you how I envy your clarity, Bryn?
How so?
Maybe I'm just romanticizing it, but you seem like someone who's always known what you wanted to do. To be.
I was born in the tail years of a liberation war, Sev. It never made sense to me that I couldn't be anything I wanted. So I just decided.
I wish making decisions came so simply to me. Perhaps you can give me pointers when the time comes. Anyway, I've been working on a side project to help the Hearthsiders, and I'm having trouble sourcing some rarer components.
I'm curious about this project. Dig for details.
What are you working on?
I can't say much, but I can tell you it's a project authorized by the Eye himself.
That revelation would carry more weight if he weren't an ass.
I know he can be abrasive, but he's got a plan. Says he's been working on it for years.
Do the Axel or Spindle know about this plan?
I'm honestly not sure. I don't think they have details, no.
But you do.
He's sworn me to secrecy. But I promise you, Bryn, it's nothing against us.
You're sure?
I know I come off as a pushover, but I know when to hold my ground, and would never harm this group, Bryn, I swear on my tusks.
It seems odd the Hearthsiders need our help. Ask why they can't supply them.
If the Hearthsiders are asking for your help, can't they provide what you need?
Things are much better since you helped the Axle. It's true, but the supplies you found were tools of war. Equipment, raw metals and such.
Ah, I understand. You need something fancy.
I'm sure before the Surge they would have had rare materials in reserve. But those days are over. So, I have to ask for your help.
Stronger relations can't hurt. Agree to help the survivors by proxy.
If you think it's worth doing, it's worth doing. Just tell me what you need.
Bryn, honestly, thank you. Your trust means a lot. I've put together a schematic and I'll leave it with Solar. The majority of the asks are reasonably mundane. It's just...
Oh no.
Well, I need some particular secretions from a glass tail.
Why is it never onions? You know, small, green, distinct lack of talons. Never flash freeze you into an icy prison, though I suppose both can make you cry. I'm kidding, Sev. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. We need to go take down the Glasstail.
Anyone saw her sleep?
It's been weeks.
Is that normal for a Kashar?
No.
I'm talking about Kaz. Going a little crazy. Okay. So, we are heading to Glintwood Hollow, where there is a Brennig Glasstail waiting for us. Alrighty, so the best place to fight it is where it is right now. I don't know if we can get there before it moves. Ooh, definitely not with those two in the way. But let's clear them out. Oh, the other one showed up, didn't even notice. Bring in the buddy. Double team him, buddy. Yeah, buddy's kind of getting in the way, actually. And he's fire versus fire. Maybe not the best idea, but whatever. He's dead. Alright. Glasstail is on the move. Sounds like he's right below me, actually. Or no, he's over there. Oh, perfect. We might be able to meet him when he comes around. Yeah, because we definitely want to fight him up here. And let's make sure the arena is clear of any other enemies. Let's see, anybody else around that might bother us? Doesn't look like it. So we read the entry on these basically at the beginning of the game, but there's ice shards on their body that we need to break. It's got a mane on the back of its neck that we need to burn away. And then to expose the locusts, well, oh hi, wasn't expecting it from that direction. To expose the locust, we'll also need him to...
A Brennig Glasstail. On a stormy night back home, their roars echo in the howling winds.
Oh, well, he just iced that area. But anyways, yeah, to get the locust exposed, we'll need to have him, like, jump at us. We'll worry about that when it comes. Let's get these ices off his back. I'm gonna put up a freeze potion. Oh, well, he shook me right off. I went a little premature on the freeze potion. Hopefully it'll last when I need it. That ice is gone. I guess I may as well burn the main now since I'm here. So Drake's breath on that. Not burning for some reason. There it goes. Let's go to the tail with our sword. Alright, well, I guess we'll get this piece of ice. There we go, get stamina back. Going to the tail. Oh, I can't see well. Not in my ideal place. Kind of stuck. There we go. Alright. This off. Alright, got it. It's gonna drop off. Alright, so now we need to get the ice on his head, which is a pain in the butt. There's one on the top of his head like a horn, and the other's on his chin. Ah, that's why it's a pain, because he just shakes you off so easily. Oh, I got the horn. Not for the chin. Not for the goatee. Shave it off. Nope, nope, nope. Stop moving me. I got it. Oh, all right. Jump off. All right, so we got all the pieces off. Now we just need them to jump at us. Let's get about right here, maybe. Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah, dang it. No. All right, come on, jump at me. Here it comes. No. That's not what we want. Come on, jump at me. Jump at me. Here it comes. Look out. All right, wait. Oh no, we must be missing an ice somewhere. Oh, this leg. All right, hold on. All right, now he's ready. Might not want to jump again for a while. We'll see. Come on, jump at me. Whoa! Trying to keep distance, but it's really fast. All right, here we go, here we go. Come on. Come on, don't be stubborn. There we go. All right, get up on its neck. We got it.
Could always use more frost magic.
Sweet. Okay. So while we're here, we can finish another quest that we have for harvesting plants for Lane. At least I'm pretty sure we can here. Oh, for some reason there's a enemy over here. Yep, it's an ice dog. Oh, yep. I can see the plants popping up now. They're generally in this area. Okay, so one of them tends to be over here. Yep, there it is. Oh wow, I didn't use a single heal on that. Shocking. Alright, and then the others should be down here. We do have an arc. It's just an archer. Oh, smashed him right into the rock. It was nice. Diane's chorus. Now, there's probably going to be some chameleons. They're not as dangerous as they used to be, though. Alright, we got an ink cap mushroom. There's another thing over here. Get him! Oh, one shot. There's another ink cap mushroom. I think there might be one up there, but let's circle around.
That's enough Diane's chorus. Just need to grab those ink caps, and I'll have everything Lane asked for.
We got another ink cap, and yeah, I think there's one up this way. Oh, being dumb. Hold on, let me freeze him up. Give me a chance to bring in my Ember buddy. Ah, jeez. Rude. Oh my god. You can see how badly things can go quickly. Ah, stupid lock on. Okay. I'm back in business. I had to use all my heals for that, but we're okay. Man, why are these guys so strong? They even took out Ember Buddy. I thought Ember Buddy would do pretty well against them. Alright, well, that went terribly, but we got through it. And yes, up here. Oh, chameleon. Oh, another one. Alright, Ember Buddy. I wonder how good he is at spotting them. He's very good at spotting them, apparently. There we go.
If I pick up any more of these, I'll have to spend an entire day scrubbing the ink off my hands. Anyway, this should be enough of everything for Lane.
Okay, we got what she needs, and let's get out of here. Back to camp. Okay, we'll talk to Sev first. Wait. Oh, right, I gotta craft the thing. I was confused. I'm like, why isn't Sev's quest complete? Alright, so let's talk to Sola first.
That man. Everything okay?
Yes, it is. I'm probably making something out of nothing. I've just got a lot on my mind. Oh, gods. I forgot to thank him for the hammer. I'd better go do that.
Okay. Craft. We have the glass-tail reinforced conduit. We need 5 forged resources. I guess we'll use Result. Result it is.
Sev is repairing a loom gate again, is he? I know this design.
Wait, really?
Doesn't it look familiar? Just like that seal we used to repair the loom gate in Glintwood Hollow.
Huh. I guess so. Though that one didn't need me to take out a glass tail. I was a little green for that when we first arrived.
We all knew you had what it takes. Sev certainly believed in you, and still does. Just like I'm choosing to believe in him.
Okay. Hi, Sev.
Hello, hello. We're fixing loom gates, are we?
What? Wait. Who told you?
You just did. But it was an educated guess from what you designed. Is this what the Eye has you working on?
You know I can't say. And honestly, I don't really know more than beyond the fact that there's a broken gate. I could do better work if I knew more, of course, but sometimes we have to fix things in the dark. Just the way of it.
My dad would tell you that's a great way to lose a hand.
You're just not seeing the whole picture. I'm sorry. I don't see it all either, but I've decided to trust that the head of the Enclave does.
I get it, big guy. Still, if he tells you more, just let us know if it's anything dangerous, okay?
I promise. You trusted me to tackle this task without enough details. I can do the same for the Eye. For now, at any rate. If things get dangerous, you'll be the first to know. Thanks again.
Alright, in need of assistance. That quest is complete. Now, let's talk to Lane. We got her flowers or whatever.
Did you learn anything?
When I asked Sev about the wheel symbol? No. He was pretty evasive.
Being evasive is, in and of itself, rather telling. Means we're onto something of note.
How did you know I asked, anyway?
I watch people closely. A habit so deeply ingrained you could call it a groove at this point.
I brought you a bag full of what looks like Arthur's breakfast.
The ink caps and sprigs of Diane's chorus. Lovely. And Oria didn't have any problems with Watcher's Wisp.
She noticed a pretty immediate improvement. Seems like it worked a treat.
Wonderful. I'll keep on producing the solution for her then. Another project on my to-do list. How delightful.
We're not overloading you, are we?
Quite the opposite. If I only had one thing to think about, I'd be tearing my hair out in frustration. This suits me. For example, since this began, I've been thinking about what else I could do with those glowing plants you collected. Perhaps I could mix up glow-in-the-dark ink, for example. My focus is on utility, though. And one must ask, would glow-in-the-dark ink be helpful? What do you think?
It's a fascinating concept. Speculate on its strategic uses.
Perhaps it could be used to make maps that you can read by starlight.
I don't know. I read all of my research materials by lantern light, so I don't know if it would be especially useful to have glowing maps.
If it were up to me, all my maps would glow in the dark. But I use them differently than you do.
Oh, of course. I hadn't considered that perspective at all. Perhaps I should try researching in the dark to better understand how you operate.
I don't think you'd make much of a dent in your workload. But sometimes it's nice to sit in the dark with only your thoughts. It's worth a shot.
Very true. After all, the idea for enhancing Watcher's Wisp only came to me while I was staring at a tree.
A tree?
Upon further reflection, I don't think I could possibly make that make sense to you. My point is, as you suggested, idle thought can indeed yield wonderful dividends in inspiration. Nevertheless, I will keep you abreast of any developments, though I think this project may fall by the wayside in favor of more pressing concerns for now.
Absolutely. Do you need anything else? If not, I'll leave you to it.
Not right now. Thank you for your help.
Anytime.
And a study of light is complete. Okay, so question of loyalty. Consult with Sola about Sev's project with the Eye.
Sev. What are we going to do with you?
You know him better than me. Can we trust him?
I hope so. But it's pretty obvious Sev is being pressured by the Eye due to their Norian connection. And I do not trust him. Anyway, what did you learn from helping Sev?
He's either constructing or repairing something that requires exotic materials.
As I said, it reminded me of how he fixed the gate in the Hollow. I would wager the Eye heard about our exploits.
Could be.
He's a clever one, our Ram. There's really only one thing for it.
Direct confrontation.
We're going to let him know we care. Then we're going to let him sit with it. Wait for me in the hold. We'll talk to him there. Away from the others. So he doesn't feel like we're ganging up on him.
Okay, wait for Sev and Sola in Cassidon's hold.
Hey, Sev. What's your back with Kenrick Stannard? He's slippery.
From what I can tell, he wants to help the Enclave as much as anyone.
Then why is he only starting now, after 2 decades of stagnant leadership?
He didn't have the means before.
Sure, Sev, sure. Okay, to Cassidon's hold. Oh, and Spindle wants to talk. We'll talk to her after. Oh, and so does the Eye. That's unusual.
Hello, Sebastian.
Sola. Rin. Hello?
Hey. Listen, we just have something to say. Shh. You're good. Just listen for a second, okay? We know the Eye has you working on some project. We know you two have some kind of connection, and we want you to know it's okay.
Sev needs to know we'll have his back. Tell him so.
Sola's right, big guy. And if you need help, or if something's happening you're not comfortable with, you tell us, okay? We came in here as a team, and nothing's going to change that.
Exactly. Anytime you need to talk, apprentice of mine, you know where we are. And we'll listen.
I don't know what to say.
You'll know when it's time. We'll see you at camp, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
And our quest is complete. Well, let's talk to the Eye, our favorite person.
I hear you've been accessing our supply caches in the underworks.
Not exactly. I've just been clearing the way for the scouts, as per the Axel's request. She says you've been short on supplies for quite some time.
Then there's no problem at all. Assuming you're telling the truth, that is.
No reason to lie. My band's work with the Axel benefits all of us. She gives us knowledge, and we help out everywhere we can. Win-win.
In time, your true intentions will reveal themselves. And first impressions have not served you well.
All right, as cheerful as always. Let's talk to the Spindle.
You know, our lawkeeper would love to meet with some of the populace. They could record some oral histories, There must be thousands of stories of surviving the Surge.
I'm sure your band is curious about our Hearthsiders, but that's out of the question.
Can I ask why?
Eye's orders. Your Weaver band is to be kept isolated from the populace. He believes that your presence would be disruptive to everyday life. I don't agree entirely, but you must understand this is a precarious situation. Even the scouts are isolated. Word from outside Cassidans has caused panic in the past.
Shame. But I understand.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our codex. Not much has changed here. We just finished the Norian Order. And Era's Plague, we have 1 of 4. So anyways, with that, we're all done here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.